Now I am moving ahead for the discussion of center of triangle. The PYQs that were asked in IOQM, PRMO, IOQM and PRMO from center of triangle. These would definitely need the ideas of circles. We need the ideas of circle and the basic of center of triangle. These two videos are essential before attending this, otherwise we'll be quite doubtful about the concepts, would have a lot of doubts in the concepts. We will try to cover all the PYQs, but if some is missed out, then you can add it in the, we'll definitely try to go for it. This is the most important thing, and for today's one, today's lecture we have a special note that before attending, I hope that in the assignment part we have uploaded already the PYQ. From there we need to go through the PYQs before attending, so that we can understand the questions more better. This is the first question, and this is applicable for each and every question. O and I are the circumcenter and incenter of triangle ABC respectively. Suppose O lies in the interior of triangle ABC and I lies on the circle passing through B, O and C. What is the magnitude of angle BAC in degrees? What is the most important hint in this question? Is simply the diagram. After drawing the diagram, our entire concept will be cleared in this diagram only. So now let's move on to the diagram of the question. O and I are the circumcenter and incenter of triangle ABC respectively. Suppose O lies in the interior of triangle ABC. Okay, circumcenter lies in interior and the incenter and I lies on the circle passing through B, O and C. What is the magnitude of angle BAC in degree? This is the diagram. ABC is the triangle, O is the circumcenter. We can see that this is O, this is I. O is the circumcenter lying in the interior and I lies on the circle passing through BOC. We can see that I is the point, this point. This is point I lying on the circle passing through B, O and C. Now what is the magnitude? Here we have already given the most important thing. That is O is the circumcenter. So this is the circumcircle. This is the circumcircle. Since O is the circumcenter, angle BOC will be twice of that angle. That is, we all know, in a circle, those who have gone through circle, there is angle made by the chord at the center is twice the angle made by the chord on that segment, that we all know. So this tagging, or the idea behind this, is angle made by the chord on center is twice made by it on the corresponding segment. This is a basic thing from circle. Now let us consider BC is a chord of circle. Let this circle be omega and this circle be small omega, or let us name this circle phi. BC is the chord of omega also, that is this larger circle, this circle passing through BOC. This implies angle BIC equals to angle BOC equals to twice of angle A. Now angle BIC, I is the incenter. So this angle is what? B by 2, since I is the incenter, and this angle is C by 2. BI and BC, I am writing it here. BI and BC are angle bisectors, which implies this B by 2, C by 2. This angle is what? Angle BIC equals to 180 minus angle B by 2 minus angle C by 2. Which can be written as 90 minus angle A by 2. And how we are writing this? Angle sum property of a triangle. I guess I am correct here. This is 90 minus, let me do it half. 90 plus 1 by 2 minus angle B, angle C. '90 plus angle A by 2. Okay, so I was a little bit wrong. This will be 90 plus angle A by 2. Or 90 minus. 180 minus this can be written as 180 minus of b plus c by 2, and b plus c, angle b plus c can be written as 180 minus a, 180 minus a, 180 minus of 180 minus a by 2. This will be by 2. This will be 180 minus 90 plus a. Okay, so this is 90 plus a by 2. Angle BIC equals to 90 plus a by 2. So 90 plus 90 plus a by 2 equals to twice of angle A. 3a by 2 equals to 90. Angle A equals to 60 degrees. This is the answer. This was very easy question. This was a very easy question. Oh, I was having a blank page to clearly discuss this. Okay, leave it. No issues. The same direction is for each and every question. In a triangle ABC, let H, I and O be the orthocenter, incenter and circumcenter respectively. If the point BHIC lie on a circle, what is the magnitude of angle BOC in degrees? This is very easy question. This is really an easy question. Just we need a simple diagram. This is the simple diagram looking like a man wearing a cap. Triangle ABC, let H, I and O be the orthocenter, incenter and circumcenter respectively. This is triangle A. A, B and C. H, I and O be the orthocenter, incenter and circumcenter respectively. Lie on a circle. Suppose let me assume that this is H, here is I, and here is O. I do not know what are the point exactly. This is just a blind assumption. What is the magnitude of angle BOC in degrees? How we are going to solve this? This implies that this angle and this angle are equal. That is what do I mean to say. It's very simple. Angle BIC equals to angle BOC equals to angle BHC. Now comes the questions that how we are going to further compute this. Now we have to use the knowledge of this center of circles. O is the orthocenter, incenter, circumcenter. Can we have a relation with circumcenter like that? One thing that we have already computed is that angle BIC, just now we computed, equals to 180 minus b by 2 minus c by 2, which is equals to 180. Ninety minus this plus this will be 90. 90 plus angle A equals to angle BIC. This is one very simple interpretation. Angle BIC. Now what we have in the question, HI and O be there. O is the circumcenter. That is, if this is the circumcircle, if this is the circumcircle, then same logic, chord angle logic, angle subtended by chord at the center is double. Angle BOC equals to twice of angle A. Just equalize them, twice of angle A. We will get angle A equals to 60 degrees. Both the answers are 60 degrees. Isn't it fishy? Here they said, now we need to find angle BOC. Angle BOC. Angle BOC is twice of angle A. Angle BOC is twice of angle A equals to 120 degrees. If somebody asks us to find angle BHC, we can easily find out this. This was quite easy question. Let ABCD be a convex quadrilateral with DAB equals to BDC equals to 90. Let the incircle of triangle ABD BCD touch BD at P and Q respectively, with P lying in between B and Q. AD equals to 999, PQ equals to 200. Then what is the sum of the radii of the incircles of triangle ABD and BCD? This is also a simple question. Just what is the key hint behind this question is also diagram. In most of the geometrical questions asked in intermediate Olympiads, we just need a proper diagram. And I am not having the diagram at this moment, so I need to draw it. Let me draw it. I just need a proper diagram. ABCD be a convex quadrilateral with angle DAB equals to BDC equals to 90. Let the incircles angle DAB equals to angle BDC. Let me just think for a rough sketch before drawing this. This is A, B, C, D. Angle DAB 90. Angle BDC. Okay, this angle is also 90 degrees. This is angle B. DAB is 90. This is point D. From D, let me join these points. And draw a perpendicular from here. This is fine. This is nice diagram. This is point D. This is A. This is B. And this is C. This angle 90 degree. This angle is also 90 degree. Now the next thing is, let the incircle of triangle ABD and BCD touch BD at P. Incircle of triangle ABD and BCD. ABD and BCD. Incircle of triangle ABD and BCD. ABD and BCD touch BD at P. Touch BD at P. This touch BD at P. And Q respectively. This point is Q. Now we are having a complete diagram. We have been given AD equals to 999. Just look at the question, you'll get it. AD equals to 999. PQ equals to 200. What is the sum of the radii of the incircle of ABD and BCD? Let this be the first radii R1 and this be the second radii R2. Just simply join this R1. Can we say that this is a square? Because this side is also R1. This side is also R1. This is a square. Interestingly, if we do the same for R2 also, then this part DQ is also R2. R2 equals to QD. Let me name this point as E. Let me name this point as E. Tangents from a point, external point, to a circle are equal. Tangents from an external point to the circle are equal. This implies DE equals to dp, d is what? Simply 999 minus r1, and the dp is r2 plus 200, which implies r1 plus r2 equals to 729. This is our answer. Very simple, elegant and easy solution. Now comes some beautiful question from PRMO 2018. ABC be an equitangle triangle. Let H be its orthocenter. Let G1, G2, G3 be the centroid. Interestingly, in such question, we have two ways to proceed, and often these are asked in these very good examinations. Once we tackled a RMO question about something like E is a point inside a square, cyclic square or a cyclic quadrilateral. We are asked NR square. This was an old RMO question, I guess. And this is a latest PRMO question. This question, I'll give you the official solution, the long solution, and another solution, that is, because this exam is not subjective, and that is the advantage, that if we can find a triangle satisfying all the criteria, then the result will follow for the general triangle, and that is the logic we are going to apply. First thing is that ABC is an equilateral triangle that we are going to consider. Now how? Equilateral triangle is also equitangle triangle. HB also center, G1, G2, G3 be the centroids of the triangle. Then this will be valid, because an equilateral triangle is also an acute-angle triangle. I'd give you the official solution. Definitely you can look at the official solution. Not official, that is subjective solution. But the shortcut solution, this is shortcut solution. Then if this is valid for a certain acute angle triangle, this will be valid for equilateral triangle also. That is the logic we are going to apply to solve it in the shortest amount of time available. Let ABC be an equitangle triangle, H be its orthocenter. H be its orthocenter. G1, G2, G3 be the we know that an equilateral triangle orthocenter even I guess the circumcenter, angle bisector, all are found to be not angle bisector, sorry, centroid, orthocenter, circumcenter, all are concurrent. That is the minimum idea that we should have. So this is H. G1, G2, G3 be the centroids of the triangle HBC. This is G1, G1, G2. Here we are having G2 and here we are having G3. Now we know that the centroid, interesting thing is that how we can conclude that G1 lies on the altitude of the triangle, because these are altitude. this is D, this is E, this is F. These are the altitudes of the triangle. Since the altitudes and the median are, ABC is equilateral. ABC is equilateral. This is our consideration, which implies that AD which is an altitude is also median of ABC. Now this is median of ABC, that means what? This part equals to this part. So for the triangle HAC, this HE is the median, so G2 should definitely lie in HE, and that is the advantage of our consideration of ABC as an equilateral triangle. Here we are getting the main help. Now we have been given the area of G1, G2, G3. G1, G2, G3, which is equals to 7. Now how we are going to find? This is very simple, that the length of, since it is an equilateral triangle, HD, HE, HF are equal. HD equals to HE equals to HF This is the first conclusion that we are getting. Now we know that the median divides, centroid divides the median in the ratio 2:1. This is what? 2. Let me consider some 2k, and this part is also what? K. Because HD, HE, HF are equal, this will be 2k, this will be k. Total is 3k, total is 3k. So this part is some 2k. Which part? I mean HG3, I mean. And this part is k. HG2. Now am I correct here? Definitely I am wrong. This should also be k. No, this should be 2k only. This should be also 2k. This is also 2k. There is no doubt here. Since this is an equilateral triangle, can we suggest that triangle G1, G2, G3? Can we infer this? Similar to triangle DEF. Now for DEF, can we find the ratio of sides? Why not? Because AG, you just see, what will be AG? AG equals to 3k. AG to 2 equals to 2k. So the ratio of the sides will be 2:3. Is it clear? Since the triangle is similar, equilateral and like this, these are some basic understanding that we are building, basic method of solving the problem in a faster way by some considerations. So the area of triangle G1, G2, G3 divided by area triangle DEF will be in the ratio square of the sides. That is a basic thing of similarity we should know. Area triangle DEF equals to what? 9 into 7 by 4. Now DEF is the triangle formed by the medians of ABC. DEF is formed by the medians of equilateral triangle ABC, which implies that area of DEF equals to 1 by 4 area of triangle ABC, which is equals to 9 into 7 by 4. So area of triangle ABC, 4 and 4 cancel. Area triangle ABC equals to 9 into 7, which is equals to 63. This is the answer. Now this process was quite easy for us. Just a little bit idea of 2k, 3k and like that. When we will go for the original solution, this is also quite same only. I would not say that this is very difficult. The original solution, I am not going to explain it again. But this may not click on your mind so easily as this will click in your mind, the idea of equilateral triangle. But this we cannot apply everywhere. So this subjective solution is also very good. But here in this solution also, I haven't noticed it earlier, that this solution is also exactly my solution only. This is nothing difficult. When we are considering DEF, midpoints of the sides BCC AB, that is ADD, you just focus in my solution. This is, I won't say that this is necessary. Let's go to another question. So we can see that center of triangle is one of the favorite topics. Lot of questions we can find out. This was an easy question. I guess it was asked in 5 marks or 3 marks. I didn't remember yet. I hope all of you have read the questions. Let D be the interior point. I'm having the question. This is a triangle. ABC. Let D be the interior point of the side BC of triangle ABC. D be the interior point of side BC of triangle ABC. D is any point, not a fixed point. Again, for any point you can consider the midpoint, find out the angle. But do not go for this way now. Because one thing is specified, angle BIE. So if you are going for this way, then you will mess up the question. Consider D any point. We are not going for any kind of consideration now, because this is very easy. I1 and I2 with the triangle of ABD and ACD. So let me assume that this is the angle bisector of angle ABD, and this is the angle bisector of angle, not ABD, BAD. This is E, this is F, let AE, AF, ABCDEF, G, BG, CH be the angle bisectors of angle bisector of angle BAD, angle CAD, angle ABC, angle ACB respectively. They are not visible now, they will be visible after a short while. These are the angle bisectors. BG and H. Now how we are going to solve this problem? This is I1 according to the question and this is I2 according to the question. Now you see that this is very easy question. Just consider this angle. Just consider this angle x by 2 and this angle sum y by 2. This angle sum y by 2, which implies that x plus y equals to angle A. This will imply this. We have been given angle BIE equals to 60 degree. As you can see in the question, angle BIE equals to 60 degree. This angle now what is this angle? Angle B by 2. So can we write angle BI I1E equals to angle B by 2 plus x by 2, that is opposite, what is it said, exterior angle of a triangle, exterior angle of a triangle, which is equals to 60 degree. B by 2 plus x by 2 equals to 60. Similarly, we can write angle C by 2 plus y by 2 equals to, let this be, okay, let us write, let us denote this angle as I2 only. Angle I2, this is first equation, this is second equation. Adding 1 plus 2 will give us angle B by 2 plus angle C by 2 plus x plus y by 2 equals to 60 plus I by 2. Now this is what? Angle A plus B plus C by 2, because this is angle A only, which is equals to 180 degree. 60 plus angle I by 2. So we can write this is 180 by angle, I am writing 180 by 2 equals to 60 plus angle I2, or angle I2 equals to 30 degree. This is the answer. Let ABC be a triangle with sides 51, 52, 53. Let omega denote the incircle of triangle ABC. Draw the tangents to which are parallel to the sides of ABC. Let R1, R2, R3 be the radii of the three corner triangles of form. Find the largest integer that doesn't exceed R1, R2, R3. This is a beautiful question. Try this question. If you are not able to solve this problem, I'll give you some hints. The first hint is simply similarity. Similarity of triangle. The second hint is RS equals to area. So now let us solve it. Answer is 15, you can match it. This is our diagram. This is the parallel tangent. For denoting parallel lines, I am giving this. This is the corner circle. Let its radius be R1. Let its radius be R1. This is the corner circle. Let its radius be, this is the incircle. Incircle. Let its radius be R. So what is the relationship that we are getting in between this incircle R and R1? Since this is parallel, since this line is parallel, if we just simply draw, this is tangent, this angle is 90 degree. Now we will simply extend this line. We will simply extend this line. These are the extensions. Extend this line. Since these two lines are parallel to each other, this line and this line, this angle will also be 90 degree. This angle 90 degree means what? This angle 90 degree means what? That this is the radius perpendicular to BC. That is, BC is the tangent, and this is a straight line, because we considered that we are extending this red line. We are extending this red line, and it is 90 degree because these are parallel. So this is a straight line, nothing to argue about. Still I am writing. So my argument here is 100% true, because this is a straight line 180 degree, and this is a straight line because this tangent is parallel. If this tangent is not parallel to BC, then it cannot be a straight line. Then it cannot be a straight line. Simple logic. Now let us consider this height. This height to be h, the entire height. Okay, that is the distance of perpendicular. Since these triangles are similar, we can infer from this R1 by R R1 by R is H over this part which is equals to, now what is this part? This is 2R, so this part will be H minus 2R, H minus 2R. This will be 1 minus 2R by H. Now this is encircle. We need the ratio in this H and R are unknown quantities. We cannot deal with them. We cannot deal with such kind of unknowns. So here I will give you a simple step. That is, let me multiply this part with S. Let me multiply this part with S. Then S will, here also one S should come, so that the equation will retain its balance. Now we are having H, the height with respect to this BC. Let this BC be A, the length of BC be A. Okay. If we just put a A here, we need to put a A here also. Now R into S is simply area. Why we are putting this A? So that we would get area 1 minus 2 area into A over 2 area into S. These and these are cancelled out. We are having 1 minus A over S. This was for R1. This explanation is the most interesting part, and here we just use this RS concept for the first time. RS equals to area. Now for R2 we will get similarly 1 minus B by S, and for R3 also we will get 1 minus C by S. When we will add them up, this is divided by R, definitely divided by R. We will get R1 plus R2 plus R3 by R equals to S minus A plus S minus B plus S minus C by S equals to 3S minus A plus B plus C by S, which is equals to 3S minus 2S by S, which is equals to S by S equals to 1. From this we will infer R1 plus R2 plus, okay, let me go for a new fresh slide. So we are getting R1 plus R2 plus R3 equals to R. R1 plus R2 plus R3 equals to R. Now what is the value of the circumradius? In radius. R is simply area by S semi-perimeter. We can easily find out the area using Heron's formula. S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C, where S is equals to the side square I need to go through the 52. 52 into 3 by 2. 26 into 3, 52, 26, 58, 78. S is 78. Now put this value, you will get R, which is equals to R1 plus R2 plus R3. I think that R is 15. That's why its answer is 15. This is the assignment. This calculation part. Do not miss the calculation, because when we are calculating, we are learning. We are simply memorizing the entire concept. We are practicing. Let ABC be a triangle such that AB equals to AC. Suppose the tangent to the circumcircle of ABC at B is perpendicular of AC. Find ABC measured in degrees. I am not understanding the question. ABC be a triangle. This is indeed one of the most easiest question which can be solved in a single line. If you have gone through the circles, if you have gone through circles lecture, in which we have discussed alternate segment, tangent theorem, and this is the hint for this question. ABC be a triangle such that AB equals to AC. Suppose the tangent to the circumcircle of ABC. Okay. First of all, we need the circumcircle. Circumcircle. Now AB equals to AC. AB equals to AC. Suppose the tangent to the circumcircle of triangle ABC at B, tangent to B of this circumcircle, is perpendicular to AC, is perpendicular to AC. Just a minute, the system is hanged. Actually, the entire system is hanged. Okay, I hope that this will be restored. That this tangent is perpendicular to AC. That is AC extended, same thing only. Now we need to find the measure of angle ABC, I guess we need to find the measure of angle ABC. So this angle is what? Theta. We know from alternate angle theorem, if this point, we do not know what is this point. This point is also theta. And we have AB equals to AC. So this is also theta. since AB equals to AC, and this is 90 degree. So we can easily find out the value of theta as 2 theta plus theta equals to 90 degree, or theta equals to 30 degrees. Theta equals to 30 degrees, and this is our answer. How we are getting this? Here simply apply alternate segment tangent theorem. Now those who have forgotten this, what is the theorem? According to the theorem, if this is a circle, this is a chord, and this is a tangent, this is a tangent, the angle made by the tangent with the chord is theta, then the angle made by the chord on the alternate segment, on any point on the alternate segment, is also theta. This is alternate segment theorem. This is tangent, this is chord, and this is our theorem. Alternate segment tangent theorem, and this is our answer. Write it down, I am clearing this. Unfortunately, due to some technical glitches, the previous two solutions are not available that I have written. Let's move forward. Move ahead. Let ABC be an isosceles triangle with AB equals to AC. In center I. AI and the distance from I to BC is 2. What is the square of the length of BC? This is really an easy question. Even the paper of KB was very easy. IOCM KB was easy. 2020, according to me. So this question is also easy. How we are approaching the question? The first hint to this question is that I is the incenter ratio in which incenter divides the angle bisector, and this is the only hint. Even the entire solution is based on this concept and a little bit of Pythagoras theorem. Let's solve it. This is A, this is B, this is C. Here is some point I, which is the incenter, and this is the angle bisector. Let this side be A, this side's length be B, and this side's length be C. Then what is the ratio of AI is to, let this point be D. Let this point be D. AI is to ID. This ratio is simply B plus C over A, that we have already read in center of triangles basic, that is theory lecture. Now interestingly, AB and BC are equal, so we can write B equals to C equals to some X or some K. This will be then 2K plus A. Now what is the length of AI? The length of AI is given as 3. This is 3, and ID is given as 2. From this we have 2K over A equals to 3 by 2. Which length we need to find? We need to find BC. So we can simply write it as, we can simply write BC as, that is A as A 4K by 3. This is our first important relation. Another interesting thing to be noted is that triangle ABC is isosceles. Therefore, angle bisector AI or ID, whatever, should be perpendicular to BC. This is a interesting thing because ABC is perpendicular. Now those who are thinking why, this side, this length and this angle A by 2, this side is also common, this side equal, this side equal, so these are congruent, this angle equal, theta theta, 2 theta equals to 180, theta equals to 90. Simple one. Now we just need to apply Pythagoras theorem, that is k square equals to AD square, that is 5 square, plus A by 2 whole square equals to 5 square plus (4k2) (4k square by 9), that is k square minus 4k square by 9 equals to 25. K square minus 4k square 9 equals to 25, that is 9. 5k square by 9 equals to 25. I have did a mess. This will be k square equals to 25 plus 16k square by 9 into 4. 4 and 4 are cancelled out. We will get 5k square by 9 equals to 25. Again we are getting 9. This should be 45 then. How this is 80? Actually we are doing some calculation mistake there. The process is correct, absolutely. Just there is a calculation mistake. Actually the calculation was also correct. We were finding the value of k. Actually I know the answer is 80 because just few minutes back I have solved this question. But now my answer was some like 45. This was quite confusing. This was confusing because we have been asked to find out the value of a. So why we are replacing a with this 4k? The replacement was wrong. That's why. K should be considered as 3 by 4a. Now we are absolutely correct. K square equals to 25 plus a square by 4. K square can be written as 9a square by 16 minus a square by 4 equals to 25. It will be 5, 16. Let me move on to the next page. So this will be k square minus k 16 4 5 by 16 5 k square by 16, not k square, this will be a. 5 a square by 16 equals to 25. 5 5 are cancel. 5 a square equals to 80, and a square is what? BC square, because a equals to BC we have already considered, and this is our answer. This was really a simple question. Other simple questions are also there which have been asked in this Alchem KV. The encircle. This question is a good one. This was good for some and really bad for someone, because there is a direct formula for this question which is equals to r equals to root over RARB plus root over RBRC plus root over RCRA for the radius by properties of X circle. But this kind of things are not generally taught. Even in internet also these are difficult to find out. The given thing is the incircle of a scalene triangle ABC touches BC at D, CA at E, AB at F. Let RA be the radius of the circle inside ABC which is tangent to the circle in circle and the side AB and AC. Define RB and RC similarly. So that was the difficulty arising in this question. Some also thought, because this was asked in 2020, we have solved such kind of a similar question in 2019 paper just now, where we got R1 plus R2 plus R3 equals to R. Some also solved in this way and got the wrong answer, R equals to 77, which was wrong. Because at that time the tangents were parallel to the sides, and now the tangents will not be parallel to the sides. So these were the major mistakes. And those who were not aware of the formula, are they going to derive the formula? Derivation is really difficult. They need some knowledge of simple trigonometry, basic knowledge of trigonometry. We can say that up to class 10 only. In class 10 most of the students are learning this, and those who are purely for the boards, they are not for non-routine. We can say that up to class 10 level. How we are going to approach this problem? Give it a try, use the formula, you would get 74 as the answer. Directly using the formula, we would get 74 as the answer. But there should be some alternative better way. So let's try to draw the figure. 16, 25, 36. The figure is just for representation for those who know the formula, but we are not going to use the formula, neither we are going to derive the formula. We'll use simple trigonometry, and for this visualization this figure is required. This is the circle radius r, corner circles are given, corner circles. So these are the corner circles. Let this point be A. These circles are actually tangent. In my figure they may not look tangent. That is not going to create any kind of great issue. This is 25. This is 25. This is 25, 25, 36, and this is 16. This is the entire diagram. Now how we are going to solve the problem? The problem is indeed very interesting. If this is the center, okay, this point I be the incenter, we have just joined them. This is perpendicular, this is also perpendicular. So these two triangles are similar, and this is the angle bisector. This is the angle bisector with angle C by 2. Now what can we write? We can write IC equals to IC by R equals to cosec C by 2. We can write IC only. IC equals to R cosec C by 2. Let this point be I1. I1C equals to this 36 cosec C by 2. Now what is I1? I1 simply IC minus I1C. Which is R minus 36. Yes, R minus 36 cosec C by 2, and this can also be considered as just a minute please, let me observe it. I1 can be thought of as, yes, R plus 36. R plus 36. So we are having R plus, let's make it for sine, because sine we are more comfortable with sine than cosec. Sine angle C by 2. Similarly, we will get relations. R minus 25, R plus 25. 25 is for sine B by 2. R minus 16, R plus 16. Sine of angle A by 2. Now we can relate this C by 2, A by 2 by triangle Angle sum property, angle A plus angle B plus angle C equals to pi. Sine of angle A by 2 can be written as sine of pi minus B plus C by 2 equals to pi by 2 cos of B plus C, B by 2, C by 2, which can be expanded as cos B by 2 cos C by 2 minus sin B by 2 sin C by 2. Those who are not understanding this step, this expansion, simply pick up any good book for trigonometry. There are some basic formula of cos. These formulas at least you should know: cos A plus B, sin A plus B, tan A plus B. At least these formulas, this much knowledge we should all have. We all should have. So directly we are writing because we are having lack of space. Directly we will write this cos B by 2 cos C by 2 minus sin B by 2 sin C by 2. Fantastic. Sin A by 2 can be directly written as cos B by 2 cos C by 2 minus sin B by 2 sin C by 2. Now how we are going to simplify this? We are having the value of sin B by 2 sin C by 2. We will just put these values, and for cos B by 2 we know that cos of angle theta root over of 1 minus sin square angle theta. Simply we will use this fact. Then we will get something like this: r minus 16 r plus 16 equals to root over of 1 minus r minus 25 r plus 25 whole square multiplied by root over of 1 minus r minus 36 r plus 36 whole square minus sin B r minus 25 r plus 25 into r minus 36 r plus 36. Then you need to simplify this equation. That is your task, not home one. This is class 1. Simplify this equation, pause it and simplify this equation. The simplified equation is r plus 14 r minus 74. Value of r cannot be negative, so r equals to 74 is the answer, using a basic method without using any kind of formula that hasn't been taught. I guess this is the last question. Yes. So this is our last question. We are quite happy to be at the end of all the questions. ABC be a triangle. This is easier question. This question was the most difficult one because we have not used this formula. If this formula you know, then this is easy. If you do not know this formula, then this is hard. Because this simplification, up to this, okay, it's fine. But after this simplification is really tough. I'd need two more pages to solve the simplification. ABC be a triangle with angle BAC equals to 90 degree. Angle BAC equals to 90 degree. D be the point on the side BC such that AD perpendicular to BC. AD perpendicular to BC. This is a basic problem on similarity of triangle. After getting this figure, what clicks first in our mind that the three triangles are similar to each other. Let R, R1 and R2 be the inner die of the triangle ABC, ABD and ACD. What is the beautiful thing that we are getting? Is triangle ABC similar to triangle ABC, 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 BC is the hypotenuse. AB is the hypotenuse BC. DBA similar to triangle ABC. DAC. This is a basic similarity. You can easily prove it by considering 90 degree angle like that. We know that if triangles are similar, their incircles are also in the same ratio as that of the sides. Interesting fact is that this BC is related with them as BC equals to BA square plus AC square by Pythagoras theorem. Simply applying the idea of similarity of triangle, the incircle of triangle ABC's whole square will then be equals to R1 square plus R2 square. Simplest logic that one can present. And I would say that this question was quite innovative. Easy but innovative. Respectively, R1, R2 and R2 with a positive integer. One of them is 5. Find the largest possible value of. One of them is 5. It's given. Then for 5 we have a very common Pythagoras theorem, Pythagorean triplet. The triplet is 13, 12, 5. If we just add them all, we will get 13, 12, 25, 30. 30 is the answer. 30 is the answer. And this was really a damn easy question.